Turn 24. So as I planned, as I hoped and planned, the quest from the giant dwelling just impaled itself on myself. So the spirit elemental and the two wisps that were moving on lava and so were very difficult or actually impossible for me to kill as long as they were on lava, because I don't have lava walking units. They moved to attack me as I had positioned myself to receive them. And actually I thought that they would be out of range, but they did manage to attack me. So now they are dead, and I got an Ogre as a reward, which is nice. T3 nice units, even though it has low resistance, and I actually don't like it that much, but it's still a strong unit. And I've got improved relationship with the dwelling, though I'm still on very bad relationship with them, actually still indifference and 0. And in 4 turns I should be able to get a new quest from them or absorb them as vassal, which would be great. I may try to kill them, I mean attack them and take the dwelling, because that would be nice to have a giant dwelling with me. If they split their units, because right now the ogres and the giants are together here, and I almost misclick. Yeah, I cannot kill them if I attack them. They have 9 units. So then I took a lot of time to think about my movements, and I had my heroes here, and should I take the haze berries or not? And should I do this first and maybe not the column of champion immediately, to try to optimize my leveling with the heroes and stuff. And then I thought I should do the tomb first, because I'm not going to come back for the tomb later. So let's do the tomb, then maybe I take the haze berries and move there and do this, and see if I do the champion when I move up or when I move back down. I will see according to the experience I've collected. So that's what I'm doing, and I will probably take the haze berries next turn with the slowest units. And so I did the tomb. That was I sent first a prospector to check what was inside, and so there was an Archon Titan, which is quite strong. But I thought it's doable because I have very high defense units with my Boar Riders. And so I'm going to show the fight because it was quite tough, and I could have lost some units, or many units actually, but I think I had a good, interesting approach to it. So usually on terms they don't rush you, but here they charged me on first turn. So I wanted to have some time to prepare, but didn't. Then my plan was to keep the Revenant infantry away from me, so move out of his range. He has 4 movement points, 4x, he can move 4 x's, I mean. So I had to stay at least 9 x's from him, so that's what I did here with my hero. I was 9x away from him. Then I positioned my Boar Rider to take the first hits from the Archon, because that's my highest defense unit, and I used Iron Heart on him, which gives him +1 defense and +1 resistance, but that's not directly useful. Then, so I wanted to try to get the Hellhound on this, and then try to maybe befriend him. And so that's why I put some units there. I used the Nourishing Meal on my second Boar Rider, and not on the Mammoth, because the 2 Boar Riders are the units that are going to take the most hits. And I position my Mammoths there, so that he can do a devastating charge on the Titan. And then I've got my Prospector here to be able to flank the Titan wherever I want, in the position I want. If I need him to look at this direction, then I go there. Opposite, I go there. So I have more freedom by being here. Then I was not sure if I could kill the Titan just with my Theocrat and the Prospector and the Boar Rider and the Mammoth. I didn't want to take 2 hits on the Titan with the Mammoth, because then the Titan would have struck back and it would have done like 20 damage to me, which would have been pretty bad. Then I need to have the Titan looking here to use my Boar Rider to kill him, but my damage output is 16 on the flanking, and then on the second strike it would be 20% less, so I can kill him if I do max damage on both strikes, but that's not very likely, and I don't want to take hits from on the boar. So I decided it's too dangerous to go befriend the hound, because I have 55% chance of success, and if I fail I'm in trouble. And also I need to be sure the Titan is going to be dead. So at this stage I decided to move away, which drains some action points from the Hellhound and makes it less dangerous, and then I can try to use the pistols on the Boar Rider to kill the pistol on to kill the Titan. I mean, decrease his HP, and then I can finish him with the other Boar Rider. But I would not have. I would only do 2-3 damage to him because of line of sight plus projectile resistance. So I was like, I'm in trouble. Then I considered using some spells from my leader, but I prefer to keep the casting points for other stuff, and also I'm very low on mana. Then the last resort possibility was to use my AD and Colonel Spirits, which is very strong, and I used in previous battles in this top 8 game to save the day, and I could cast him here and flank and then finish him. But I'm low on mana, as I said, so I prefer not to do this. So what I did eventually was to move here, and I would have been able. So I'm doing 4 damage, and I was thinking he may look like in this direction, and then I would not be able to flank him, and then I would do another pistol here. But he kept looking in that direction, so then I took the chance to kill him, and I did 25 damage, which means actually I would have killed him without moving, but was low chance. And then eventually I used pistol. I had 4 targets available, and I used it on the warg to try to cripple him, and it worked, but not that useful actually, but still it decreased his movement points. Then I was afraid the mammoth was going to die, but the AI split his damage on 3 different units, which meant he survived. So I've got the Titan down, but it's still pretty dangerous, especially since you've got Chant of Unlife, and also I had not considered they would reanimate the Titan as a cadaver, which means they can flank me a lot and really kill the mammoth, but they didn't, because they I don't know why they sent the warg against the Boar Rider, which was quite stupid. So the infantry cannot do anything because it's too slow, and I positioned myself to avoid being troubled by hit. Then I took my chance, 55% chance on the Hellhound, and luckily for me I succeeded. If I hadn't, I think I would still have been able to deal with it, but it would have been more difficult, much more difficult. So then I don't want to kill the living units, so the warg and the Hellhound. That's also why I did the befriend. It was to avoid killing the Hellhound, otherwise it would have come back as undead, or I would have had to put 1 unit on his corpse, which would have complicated my task. Then I don't strike with my Boar Rider to avoid killing him and getting him back this turn, and I let him kill itself on me by attacking me, and by guarding I also get less damage. And for this second Boar Rider it's the same. I put myself here to try to immobilize these 2 units, and I know this one is probably going to move away, but it will take some big damage, and then it will probably try to kill the mammoth, so I don't want to take too much hits with the mammoth. and I tried to do some big damage to the reanimator, and if I was lucky I would have done 35 or something like this and killed the reanimator without taking hits back, but that didn't happen. But still I reduced the possibility of a second strike, and I increased the possibility of killing it outright. So he still has 4 HP, so I need a second hit and I take 10 damage on me. But actually I miscalculated. I thought I would be too short to level up, but I did manage to level up, and so it means I got killing momentum by killing it. So actually it was not planned. I was hoping for it, but I thought it's not possible, I will not get enough XP. But because of the strike back, actually I did get it. So with killing momentum I'm able to guard, and then the damage from this reanimator are very low. So definitely something you have to take into account. Killing momentum allows you to guard and really reduce the damages you take. So really use it efficiently and always kill the enemy units when you have killing momentum to be able to guard afterwards. So then what I was hoping for happened, and here I didn't really plan it, but it's not a big deal. It goes against my hero, and then the fight is easily ended, and I maximize XP on my heroes. So then for the rest of my units, so I got I got a very good item which I love, thanks to the tomb, and also I got some mana and some gold, so it was great. And yeah, the item I love is a shield, and that's this scales, Jack Scales green shield. So 40% Blight Protection, plus 2 defense, very nice, and plus 15 HP, which is very nice. So my leader is going to be really hard to kill on physical damage. With my leader I move toward the Lost Library, which will yield me some research point next turn. So I should be able to 1 turn or 2 turns the Musketeers, for which I'm lacking only 2 research points per turn. Actually 1 research point per turn to 2 turns them, but I will be able to do this thanks to the Lost Library. I check the defenders with my Prospector, and it's doable. I think you will see it the fight next turn. I cast a Spy Drone, but I'm not casting it this turn, so I'm just pre-charging the casting points because I don't want to pay his upkeep this turn because I'm quite low on mana. I'll probably use it to get the gold and then go scoot, and I'd like to get to see the Fey Dwellings, but we'll see. Also I need to keep an eye on the Frostling opponents I have, so probably going to send it to the surface too, I'm not sure yet. Here I thought about it a lot also, where to put my city, and in the end I decided to just tunnel the dirt cavern only here, to try to get as much rock as I can, because cavern walls as I can, because it gives me more happiness as a dwarf. So it's good for my city to have high happiness. Then I'm probably going to put my city here to get the inn, and actually I should probably build a stone wall and build it here. So why here and not here? Here would gives me plus 20 RP, 10 per turn for 2 turns when I build the wall, stone wall. But I think here is a bit better because it gives me more space to expand. 1 more X. No, sorry, actually no, it's not true. If I put it here, it's the same. But I mean, if I put it here, it's 1 less X to expand, because here you've got the end of the map. But the better point here is that it's easier to defend somehow, because I will be attacked only by 1 stack if they don't have tunneling, and I can put 2 stacks to defend, and even 3 if I tunnel here. So that's the plan. Maybe it's not that good, but at my throne I produced a Boar Rider with lifesteal, thanks to Embrace Darkness, and so he has not very high morale because he's unhappy with my alignment, which is neutral, but he has lifesteal. And I'm producing more. I'm going to produce 1 per turn for some time to get a good army, to be able to deal with Jonny Thunder if he comes for me. And here, so I need to beef up my economy, so I'm doing as continuing the plan I had before to do the builder in one turn, and then as soon as I can I will build a temple to boost my mana, and then go for Dwarf Forge Priests, probably with MCU. So yeah, see you next time.